What if I told you the greatest opportunities for leadership are hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone bold enough to seize them? In this new era, the old rules are dead. Politics is in chaos, industries are collapsing, and trust in traditional leaders. It's at an all-time low. But here's the truth. This isn't a crisis for everyone. For those who understand the new laws of leadership, this is the golden age. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you'll know exactly where the doors of fortune are swinging wide, open, and how to walk through them. The world is changing. Are you ready? Look around. Politics. Corruption everywhere. The old leaders have turned the game into legalized racketeering. Banks, shaken to their core. They've lost the confidence of the people. And trust, once broken, takes years to rebuild. Industry. For decades it was about squeezing profits at any cost. That era is over. The future demands leaders who understand people before profits. Now ask yourself, when the old guard fails, who replaces them? Someone bold, someone prepared, someone like you if you're ready. Field 1. Politics, the emergency opportunity. Politics today is not just broken, it's desperate for vision. Leaders who can restore trust and serve, instead of exploit, will rise like meteors. The masses are crying out for men and women of integrity, who can lead without fear and without corruption. If you've ever wanted to make history, the battlefield of politics is open. But remember, power without principles collapses. You need the courage to lead with justice and the skill to unite, not divide. Field 2. Banking. The confidence crisis. Think about this. Banks are the backbone of every economy. Yet today the public sees them as greedy giants. Here lies an opportunity for reformers, innovators, those who can rebuild trust. The next generation of financial leaders won't just chase interest rates. They'll create systems where honesty and transparency are the currency. Do that, and you won't just make money, you'll make history. Field 3. Industry. From profits to people. Here's a fact most leaders ignore. Businesses fail when they forget the human equation. The days of treating workers like machines are gone. The leader of tomorrow will think like a guardian, not a dictator. He'll see every employee as a partner. If you can create businesses that thrive on cooperation, fairness and vision, you won't just survive, you'll dominate. But that's not all. There's another battlefield where leadership is collapsing, and opportunity is exploding, and most people aren't even looking there. We'll get to that in a moment. Open loop. So far you've seen politics, banking, and industry. But what about the worlds of faith, education, and media? They're next, and the opportunities waiting there will shock you. If you believe leadership opportunities exist only in business or politics, think again. The greatest fields, the ones everyone else has ignored, are now wide open for those bold enough to step in. And if you stay with me until the end, you'll discover exactly where these opportunities lie and how you can claim them before anyone else does. Fourth field, religion. Focus on the present, not the past. Take a hard look at the state of spiritual leadership today. How many religious leaders are trapped in the pages of history, preaching about the past or promising an unseen future, while their followers drown in real problems today? That is why leadership is failing. The leaders of tomorrow must do something radical. Shift their focus from theories of eternity to the practical struggles of everyday life. People need solutions for unemployment, education, and economic pressure. If you become a leader who addresses those needs, if you give people not just hope but real guidance, you won't just lead a congregation, you'll lead a movement. Fifth field, education, from theory to practice. Ask yourself this: why is our education system collapsing? because it's obsessed with theories and blind to application. Students are drowning in facts they can't use. But here's the opportunity. The world desperately needs educators who go beyond books, leaders who teach practical skills that create real results. The future belongs to those who turn classrooms into workshops of action. If you can bridge that gap, you won't just educate minds, you'll shape destinies. Sixth field, journalism, the return of truth. Look around. Sensational headlines, obscene images, propaganda disguised as news. That's the disease killing modern journalism. But here's the cure, and your golden chance. Tomorrow's media will belong to leaders who dare to tell the truth, who break free from advertiser control, who stand for integrity over influence. If you're bold enough to create that platform, you won't just attract readers. You'll inspire a revolution of trust. And trust in a noisy world is priceless. Do you see the pattern? When chaos shakes the world, opportunity doesn't vanish. It multiplies. Politics, banking, industry, religion, education, journalism, they're all screaming for leaders who can rise above old habits and embrace a new code of leadership. Here's the truth. If you cling to the old way, you'll sink. But if you adapt, innovate, and serve, the world will carve your name into history. Open loop for retention. Now the big question. How do you prepare yourself to become that leader? What strategies separate the great leaders of tomorrow from the relics of yesterday? In the next part, I'll reveal the hidden formula. The same timeless principles that every legendary leader has used to dominate their field. Stay tuned, because this is the moment where ordinary ends and extraordinary begins. Let me ask you something powerful. If the doors to politics, education, industry, religion, and journalism are wide open, why won't everyone walk through? The answer is simple, because most people are unprepared. Preparation is the price of admission into the halls of leadership. And in this section, I will give you the blueprint that transforms followers into leaders the world cannot ignore. Step 1. Master yourself before you master others. Every opportunity I mention demands one thing first: control over your own mind, your habits, your decisions. The man who cannot command himself has no right to command others. Start here. Develop unwavering courage, rooted in knowledge of your strengths and clarity of purpose. Practice self-control every single day. Eliminate distractions, overcome impulses, and act with deliberate intention. Remember this truth. Leadership is not given. It is earned in silence, in the unseen battles with yourself. Step 2. Learn the language of service. The new world has no room for selfish leaders. The era of take all you can is dead. The leaders of tomorrow will be measured by a single question. How much value can you give before you take a single reward? Make it your mission to serve, whether that means solving economic problems in your community, introducing fairness in your organization, or creating tools that empower people. Step 3. Build a mind that thinks in opportunities, not obstacles. The average man sees chaos and retreats. The leader sees chaos and advances. While others complain about failing schools, you create educational systems based on real-life application. While others despair over dishonest media, you build a channel of truth. While others curse the corruption in politics, you become the reform they crave. Your imagination is your most valuable asset. Guard it, train it, use it. Step 4. Embrace cooperation as power. Forget the myth of the lone wolf leader. The greatest leaders are architects of cooperation. They unite minds, align ambitions, and build teams that achieve the impossible. Ask yourself, who can I bring with me on this journey? Who shares my vision? Leadership is not domination. It's orchestration, the art of blending talents into one unstoppable force. Step 5. act now, not later. Opportunities do not wait. They do not knock twice. Every second you hesitate, someone else takes the position you dreamed about. Start small if you must, but start. Write that article. Launch that community project. Speak on that platform. The leaders of tomorrow are being made today by the choices you make in this moment. A closing loop for maximum retention. In the next section, I will reveal the secret mental shift, the single principle that turns ambition into power and ensures that you rise above every competitor in your field. If you're serious about leading, you cannot afford to miss this. The age we are living in does not reward those who cling to old patterns. The future belongs to those who are willing to embrace a new philosophy of leadership, one that transcends greed, force, and blind tradition. If you want to rise, if you truly want to seize the enormous opportunities waiting for you, then you must first understand this truth. Leadership is no longer about authority. It is about influence, integrity, and impact. Look around you. The collapse of political systems, the distrust in banking, the upheavals in industry. These are not random events. They are signals, powerful indicators that the old foundation has cracked and a new structure must be built. This is not a time to sit still. This is your moment to design your mental blueprint. What does this blueprint look like? First, it demands a complete shift from self-interest to service. The leaders of tomorrow will be measured not by what they take, but by what they give. Your ability to create value for others will determine the depth of your success. Do you know why most leaders fail? It is because they approach leadership as a throne instead of a responsibility. They seek power without purpose and authority without accountability. That era is gone. The age of command and control has vanished into history. In this new era, a leader must become a creator of possibilities, not a collector of privileges. You must learn to think like a builder, an innovator, a visionary. Ask yourself every day, how can I make life better for those who follow me? How can I solve a problem that others fear to face? These questions are not merely words. They are the DNA of leadership in the 21st century. But let me warn you, opportunity does not come with flashing lights or loud announcements. It hides inside problems, inside crises, inside the very chaos most people run away from. When the world says, it's over, or the true leader whispers, it's just the beginning, the future leader will not wait for perfect conditions because he knows they do not exist. He will act, adapt, and advance, while others hesitate. Here's the blueprint in simple terms. Adopt a service-driven mindset. Your wealth, your influence, your freedom will come as a result of how deeply you serve others. Master the skill of innovation. If you cling to outdated ideas, you will be buried under their weight. Seek new methods, new models, new solutions. Practice bold, decisive action. Indecision is the graveyard of leadership dreams. The future respects only those who dare to decide quickly and accurately. Develop emotional intelligence. This is the unseen power that binds followers to a leader. The ability to connect, to understand, to inspire. This is priceless. You may wonder, can I really become such a leader? The answer is yes, if you are willing to pay the price. That price is not money, it is growth. It is the discipline of changing your habits, upgrading your thoughts, and breaking free from the comfort zones that imprison most men. Remember this. The blueprint of New Age leadership is not written on paper. It is etched in your mind and executed through your actions. The world will not ask for your intentions. It will only reward your results. Pause and reflect. In every crisis, there is a call to those who dare to lead, who dare to step beyond the crowd and claim the future. Will you answer that call, or will you stand on the sidelines watching others rise? The choice is yours, but so is the opportunity. Knowing the theory of leadership is not enough. Knowledge without action is like a seed without soil. It will never grow. The new age of leadership demands men and women of action, individuals who can turn principles into power and ideas into impact. So, if you are ready to lead, here are the practical, actionable steps you must take today to secure your place among the future leaders of this world. Step 1. Identify your field of influence. Leadership is not about controlling everything. It is about mastering one domain so well that others trust your guidance. Begin by identifying your area of strength. Is it business? Education? Technology? Media? Healthcare? The future belongs to specialists, not generalists. You cannot lead where you lack knowledge. Master your craft, then dominate your industry. Step 2. Build unshakable courage. Courage is the currency of leadership. You will face resistance, criticism, and even betrayal. Most people will doubt you before they believe you. But courage is what keeps you moving when fear says, stop. How do you develop this courage? By preparation. Fear is born of ignorance. Confidence is born of knowledge. Study your field until you know more than anyone around you. Step 3. Practice self-control daily. No one follows a leader who cannot control his own impulses. Leadership is not about giving orders. It's about setting examples. If you cannot manage your anger, your habits, or your desires, you cannot manage a team, a business, or a nation. Discipline yourself to say no to distractions and yes to priorities. Step 4. Adopt the principle of service. Repeat this truth until it becomes your mantra. He who serves the most leads the most. Stop asking, what can I gain? And start asking, what can I give? Great fortunes are built on service. The moment you solve a problem for others, you become indispensable. Step 5. Communicate with magnetic power. Leadership is influence, and influence flows through communication. Your words can either ignite action or extinguish ambition. Develop the art of speaking with clarity and conviction. Write daily, speak daily, and never underestimate the power of a well-timed word of encouragement. Step 6. Build alliances, not enemies. The lone wolf myth is dead. Success today is built on collaboration. Surround yourself with competent, trustworthy people who share your vision. Empower them, train them, and trust them. Remember, power multiplies when shared. Step 7. Embrace innovation fearlessly. The leader who clings to old ideas will be left behind. The world is evolving faster than ever before. Technology, consumer behavior, and economic models are changing daily. If you want to thrive, stay ahead. Be the first to adapt, the first to implement, and the first to create. Step 8. Commit to lifelong learning. Leadership is a journey, not a destination. Every day, the world presents new challenges and opportunities. Read books, attend seminars, seek mentors, and most importantly, learn from your mistakes. The moment you stop growing, you start dying. Step 9. Take responsibility without excuses. A true leader never blames others. If something goes wrong, own it. The faster you accept responsibility, the faster you can fix the problem. This single trait separates the amateurs from the professionals in leadership. Step 10. Act now, not tomorrow. The biggest enemy of leadership is procrastination. While others wait for the perfect time, the leader creates it. If you have an idea, act on it. If you see an opportunity, seize it. Delay kills dreams, but decisive action creates empires. The roadmap is clear. The tools are in your hands. The only question is, will you act? Remember this. The future does not belong to the strongest or the smartest. It belongs to those who dare to take action when others hesitate. This is not just theory, it is reality. History has proven it again and again. Fortunes are made during times of change. And my friend, We are living in the greatest era of change the world has ever seen. Do not waste this moment. Do not let fear hold you back. Step forward. Claim your leadership. Create your legacy.